Okay, yeah, this is the Fling. So your two fingers are hooked here, and that's the mechanism by which you practice the pivot. And you can see it shows where your hand lays into the rim, the palm lays onto the dome, and the pivot point is. And for the sake of practice, the other thing is this arrow represents the two places that you want to be to set your wrist. So when you're in full set position, the arrow will basically point at your chin, and then when you're at full pivot, the arrow basically points away from your chin. So now the disc is on the other side of your hand. Now it's on this side of your wrist. Now it's on that side of your wrist. And then you basically practice using it like this. Do it out in front of you. There you go. And make it really swoosh. There you go. Let me get behind. And that simulates wrist extension. Then you can also, this also shows you the forehands exactly the same way. The pivot point is off the thumb in this finger, so you can practice the same way with a forehand. If pivot's in, you can actually stick your finger through so you can make sure you got a hold of it. Normally you would have your lock on the thumb and push with your fingers. The wrist comes in from behind your wrist, and as it comes through is actually levered out in front. So you get this classic flicking motion. So the backhand is just the opposite, and it's not actually how it's done, but it gives you a good example, or a good starting place to understand that it doesn't stay behind your hand. Most people think that you're throwing a disc and it's just staying in behind your hand and then magically coming out. The truth of the matter is it's levered out onto its own arc. So this is one arc, this is another arc coupled onto that arc.